Manager Marty. You know, I was gonna end it at part 3, but this is gonna be part 4. You know, some of my subscribers, they asked me, stay on your neck. But it's not all about that. It's about education purposes only. And you was trying to tell me on your platform, right? How WADA and VADA and USADA and, well, you know what? Let's go straight into the video and I'll chop it up and I'll show proof of what I'm trying to prove to you that I couldn't on your video, because you said, did I see this and did I see that? Can I get a yes and can I get a no? But here, this is my domain. Oh yeah, this is my domain. And I'm about to get busy on you, brother. The fight is tonight, Charlo and Canelo. It's all good, man. So whoever's seeing this video, it's pre-recorded from yesterday. I don't know if I'm gonna put this out tomorrow after the fight, depending on how the fight goes and how much drama and how long the drama lasts. I will put part 4 out, maybe sometime next week, maybe Thursday or Friday. So if you're watching me now, yeah, watch me, watch. Let's show you. Yeah, I'm watching it right now, yo. I'm watching. Yeah, here we go. Watching the but you know what? I don't think I'm gonna buy the fight because it's $89. Not the fact that I can't afford it. It's just that I don't know. I might buy the fight, man, because if I don't want to miss 2-time undisputed, and he has a chance to be 2-time. So I might buy the fight. But usually when I don't buy fights, I listen to Boxing Gems. Go to his channel. Coach Malachi, I listen to him while the fight goes on. So these are good channels. Showbiz, I go sometimes. And you know, some other channels I skim through to listen to their outcome of the fight, and you know, whoever's say how the fight goes and they could give me good details, I go to them, you know what I'm saying? So those are some of the channels that you go to. You know, you can use your imagination, and like me, I'm old school. I could listen to a fight on the radio and I could see it, right? So I don't have to actually buy it. I'm still not sure if I'm going to support it. Remember last time when I did the Errol Spence and Crawford, I showed you that I bought the fight. I showed you Showtime when I pressed the button. So I'm hoping that the next fight will be either Crawford or Canelo or Crawford or Charlo. At the end of the day, I want big fights. This is a big fight, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'll see how I feel after I drink what's in my cup, if I'm going to order the fight, or I'm just going to listen to Coach Malachi, Boxing Gems, Showbiz. I skip through a lot of videos, a lot of channels that's, you know, talking the fight out. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a family affair over here. You know what I'm saying? So what's in my cup goes down in my gut. All right, so let's break this down. With Manager Marty. I'm sorry, the drink is about to hit me, baby. Manager Marty. All right, so let's see what he's saying, and let me counterattack, because this is education purposes only. Let's go. Let me get my bubble on while I'll let y'all listen to the man talk.
The guy's name, Marty, when he was saying, we'll hold Earl accountable. Yeah, I mean, Earl should have done the same thing and just like, hey, Olympic style testing or nothing. But I think Earl just trusted him out of integrity. He had integrity and things of that nature for the boxing. I think Earl, you know, I mean,
Black Mexican. I'm sorry, Black Mexican. Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay. You're saying something about Olympic style drug testing and VADA is not the same. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking that VADA was Olympic drug testing and USADA wasn't. That's what I thought.
It's the.
Okay.
I gotta say, there's more like it's random. It's random, and there's more than one way. There's urine, there's blood, there's a lot more than that. And yeah, it's random urine, blood, and then also it's the fact taking the like Conti says, he knows how to avoid being detected on the body.
Okay, so
yeah.
The way I see it, the clean boxing program uses VADA to finish straight. In other words, they use VADA to take blood, take urine, but it does not go to WADA laboratory. Okay, just because Clean Boxing Program is using VADA to administrate doesn't mean that it's going with VADA. VADA, USADA. Clean Boxing Program uses VADA just to administrate. Doesn't mean now when VADA does administration, that lab goes to WADA. It goes to the lab at WADA. So
I've never heard that before. This is the first time I'm hearing that.
Hey, that's why it's an only boxing show you got, Mark. You know?
But I'm not talking about I know about the Clean Boxing Program, but I've never heard of VADA using. They'll administer it, but they're sending the results or the blood and urine analysis to WADA. I've never heard that before. They're their own independent agency. Why would they need to do that?
So you saying VADA's not with WADA at all? That's what you're saying.
No, they're
not under WADA.
You got USADA, WADA, and VADA. They're three totally different agencies that test. Some of the stuff they test for and administer for, some of it is the same, but others are not. That was just my understanding. Other things that they test for, like similarly, and then they all have different things they test for independently. But they're their own independent agencies.
Okay, when you go to WADA website, you will see there's an umbrella. WADA's on top. You got USADA, VADA. But the problem is, Clean Boxing Program. See, this is the reason why I never see anything about the PBC talking about who's drug tested or not. You know what I'm saying? They never, just like I said, VADA always tell you that so-and-so got tested. They accomplish it. Congratulations. You accomplish it. You see it all the time on Twitter or whatever. But when it comes to the Clean Boxing Program and the WBC, they do not announce it. When Spence fought Ugas, it was not announced at all. At all. So, there's people that assume that Spence was on stuff. It's just a suspicion, ain't no big thing. But VADA is Olympic drugs testing. That's why Mayweather never used it. They used USADA. He used USADA. He used VADA. Remember, boxing used to use USADA. Not VADA.
That's correct. That's because you know why? Let's be clear on something. VADA wasn't around when Floyd first started this whole thing. VADA wasn't around. They didn't come around until about 2000, I believe, in 15. But before that, it was USADA. They were the main, agency that was administering the testing. VADA wasn't nowhere around at the time when Floyd first started talking about this.
Right, but Floyd was always saying, I use Olympic drug testing, but that's not true because USADA never used to do out-of-competition testing. They never used to do that. No. That means 24, 365 through the year. That's Olympic style. Through the whole year. But he assumed he was telling people he did the whole year. He did the whole year. The only person I know that did the whole year was Nonito Donaire. He was the first one that was ever Olympic drug testing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But how do you know Floyd wasn't doing it all year round? How do you know that?
He wasn't. He wasn't.
Huh?
He wasn't. No. Because I got a lot of proof on my videos on my channel. I show all the proof. I show all the documents. Okay.
Well, tell me now on my channel because I don't know your channel. Just tell me now. How do you know that Floyd never did 365 testing?
Because of my research. I did my research. I don't have the research right here. But if you ever go to Captain Fuji, you see all the research. I show you all the documents. I already told you I know who was the first boxer was VADA, and he did Olympic drugs testing.
I know that already.
Right, but he's the only one. He's the only one that did it first. Not Mayweather. Mayweather never did Olympic drug testing. He said.
Ask Google, do VADA labs go to WADA? And it says only a handful of U.S. commissions use WADA, accreditable laboratories, which VADA uses, and even fewer commissions utilize certified doping collection officers. VADA is independent of many public and private entities in boxing and MMA, but it says which VADA uses. And only a handful of U.S. commissions use WADA, accredited laboratories, which VADA use. Another win. Where do VADA drug tests go? Okay, look, I Googled this. It also came up, the athlete's seal sample is secured and sent to WADA, accredited laboratory. A blood sample collected as part of the ABP program may be analyzed by a WADA-approved laboratory. VADA testing, and this is from VADA itself. Most fighters competing in U.S. commissions do not do drug testing. Less than a handful do any other competition testing. Most have never used a WADA, a credible lab. Most have never tested for EP or HGH. It is a travesty for fighters who routinely risk their lives. And this is VADAtesting.org. VADA. Not every PED testing panel is the same. Not every lab is the same. Not every doping control company has the same experience. Ask questions. Unspecified drug testing in our contract. Let me say that again. Unspecified drug testing in a contract doesn't mean the best and most thorough. Hashtag clean sport. There you go.
All right, so we hear what Manager Marty had to say, and which is true. All USADA, VADA, WADA, they're all different private organizations, right? But the protocols and a credible lab, I just proved to you, because you said that VADA do not send their labs to WADA. And I'm just proving it to you right now. Under VADA.org and Google. All right? And if you go, see, this is why I don't understand. People don't, you know, they just hear the words of somebody that they like because that person don't like that boxer or this boxer. But to be educated, you got to do your own research. Regardless if I like what the person's saying or not. That's one. Regardless if I like the boxer and I want to hear what's true in my ear, I can't go by what he said. I got to go and do my research. So on my channel, I do research and I prove to you that yes, VADA send their labs to WADA. Now, this is the problem here, right? Olympic style drug testing. Yes, I was wrong on your channel. I did say that USADA don't do Olympic style drug testing, which is wrong, right? They do. So does VADA. And they do Olympic style drug testing, right? Because what goes on in Olympics is that they train for years to get to a certain year to get into the Olympics. And they either use WADA, VADA, or USADA. But when it comes down to it, those labs got to go to WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency. That's a credible lab, right? The difference between VADA and USADA is that VADA tested for more compounds, tested for EPO, HGH. They use the carbon isotope for testosterone. USADA only do so much, and the commissions only do so much. So that's the difference. But they all do Olympic style drug testing. The style of it, this is the word, this is the confusion. It's a style, right? So if USADA, if the fighters agree to out of competition testing, they will get the Olympic style testing from USADA, VADA, or even WADA, right? And they say that WADA has 32 labs around the world or whatever, right? So in my other video, you see Bernie saying, yo, I saw this white person at the door. This is what Bernie said. I saw this white person at the door. I don't know who she was. I thought she was from Nevada, but she was actually from VADA, and she had an accent. And I opened the door, and they followed. They took the test from Crawford, and they followed him to the gym. That's what Bernie said. If you didn't see I think I put it in part 2. That's why it's very crucial that you see part 1, part 2, part 3. So, and the funny thing is that VADA tested. Now Errol Spence been tested by VADA before. He fought. I look under the. So this is not against Spence or anything, because Spence, I look on VADA, the fighters that have been tested. He's been tested for Kell Brook, and if you go to .org, VADA, and you put down the fighters, you'll see down the list a lot of fighters. You see Crawford, also. You also see Manny Pacquiao. He's been tested 4 times. You don't see Mayweather, but you see Manny Pacquiao. You know what? I hate saying shit, and I'll now prove it. Let me just show you real quick. As you can see, that Manny Pacquiao got tested 4 times, and that's under VADA's website, right? And you got Errol Spence. If you go there, do your research. So this is not against Errol Spence. He's been tested in the past. And like I said, Olympic style drug testing, they use that word. But like I said, the Olympics is different from boxing. Olympics, they train year to year to year, and they get tested year to year to year, just in case someone's cycling on or cycling off. But with boxing, they're going to use Olympic style drug testing. They're going to use USADA, and VADA. VADA is volunteer, so of course it's going to cost more money because they do more testing. HGH, EPO, so on and so on, isotope, the carbon for the ratio of the testosterone. So they do these testing, and guess what? That's why you also see Terence Crawford. And majority of his fights, you'll see when you go to VADA.org, you'll see Crawford also in there. If you don't believe me, do you want me to waste my time and show you? Or you could just go and see for yourself. It's no lie. But see, this is the reason why I see certain fighters going to snap, because they know that the advantage is that, listen, Victor Conte, yeah, he might be a stunt or whatever. You might not like, he has a bad pass, but he has a product to endorse. And he's saying, listen, I would sponsor you. I would pay for you so I could get detailed testing
Okay? Who do you know that has sponsored over 20 boxers and paid for them to be in VADA 24/7, 365? Nobody but me.
Money. Feud. I respect Errol Spence. He posted about need for 24/7, 365 testing in boxing, including a hair test. I responded with hashtag VADA testing 24/7, 365 info. Errol, respond by DM. I explained by DM I have offered to sponsor him and Terrence Crawford. The offer stands. I responded by DM. I explained by DM. I will sponsor both of them. Oh, yeah? Have I heard this before? Come on.
From VADA and send it to a credible lab to VADA. See, isn't it funny? Think about this. Isn't it funny that, you know, I watched the tweets from VADA, right? And I can see Shakur, I can see Devin Haney, I can see when they successfully started it and ended it. That's VADA's protocol. They tell you, they're going to tell you that this fighter successfully did this and successfully did that. They won't tell you the details. Like in my last video, I show you, it's up to the commission, the boxers, and the promoters and the advisors to let you know who failed and who passed. And this is why it comes back to
Victor Conte tweet. My understanding is Al Heyman has requested that VADA not post the test results for his boxers. Can you elaborate on why VADA doesn't publish more info? It would be nice for them to make a lot more info public, easier to find. That's one of the tweets.
The Clean Boxing Program. Now, the Clean Boxing Program used VADA to administrate. In other words, these are funny questions and these are funny word play. This is funny word play. They use VADA to do Olympic-style drug tests. And yeah, VADA will come to present themselves, to take the blood, take the urine. But in one of the clips I showed just now, it says not every lab is and when you're in a contract, right, doesn't mean that those labs is going to a credible lab like WADA. So let's say Clean Boxing Program, they use VADA to do the blood and urine. Yeah, they do it. But the samples, they collect. Clean Boxing Program collect. And another thing, remember what Maurice Suleiman said. And I have to repeat this, and I love repeating this over and over again, because you're going to hear the false narratives over and over again. So on my channel, you're going to hear this over and over again. I'm going to show you. So let's listen to what Maurice Suleiman said, and I'm going to point out some things so when you hear, you won't miss it in one ear and go out the other. He said, you know, out of competition is very expensive, and it's up to the promoters, it's up to the advisors, it's up to see how to pay this. Out of competition. Olympic drug style could be 12, 6, 8 weeks, whatever they decide to do the camp, and when the camp is announcing. When they announce the fight, that's when it starts. So now 12 weeks you training, 8 weeks you training, 6 weeks you training before the fight, right? All that time they get Olympic style drug tested. Doesn't always mean 365, 7 days and all this bullshit. Yeah, that's Olympic style, but it's too expensive to have just these fighters all year round just getting tested. Even remember, these fighters fight, the main fighters, they fight once or twice a year. I thought Tank was going to fight 3 times for the year. I would have been nice, but he fought 2 times for the year. But they fight once or twice. So why you have a boxer sitting there that's not fighting and then test them just for 1 fight for the year? No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't just work that way. They do that. But you know what? Let me shut up and let you listen to Maurice Suleiman and how the Clean Boxing Program get down. And he says, PBC is not doing nothing wrong. Al Haym not doing wrong. The WBC is not doing wrong. It's mandatory to have post-testing. Now, out of competition, it's a whole different story. That's up to who wants to put the funds in to do that. Let's listen.
There's a misunderstanding in public and some media. There is always anti-doping test after the fight. Every single WBC championship fight has mandatorily to have an anti-doping test. The Clean Boxing Program, which the WBC pays for and has been working for the last 6 years, is a random testing, which is expensive and which cannot cover the whole world. Some fights are contracted also by the promoters to have out-of-competition testing
but also it is very expensive. So not every title fight has the 2-3 months prior to the fights testing, and that is nothing wrong. The rule says anti-doping test after the fight. Everything else is efforts from the WBC, from boxing commissions, from promoters to keep boxing clean and to have that system of doing random testing. So I hope one day people can understand there is nothing wrong. Fundora or PBC or no one did nothing wrong, because the extra testing is just additional to the rules.
Yeah, I'm here watching Coach Malachi. He's doing the Ugas and Barrios fight. But yeah, so you hear what Maurice Suleiman say. He said it's additional to the rules of clean boxing program. They do post, okay? Out of competition, it's just additional, and that's decided by the promoters, advisors, or whatever, how that goes down. So in my mind, I'm like, yo, usually VADA, they tweet everybody who successfully completed their drug testing or started it and finished it. So I was like, damn, why they never put out? Maybe I missed it, so I can't say it's true or not. I'm just saying I never seen a tweet from anything about VADA testing Crawford and Errol Spence. And like I said, I seen Errol Spence already tested with Kell Brook, and that's not an issue. It's just that the way it makes, like, maybe in a contract it was not to be revealed that Victor Conte sponsored Errol Spence. He had to come out of pocket. I don't know, but I know that I show proof that I have a clip of him saying, I will sponsor you. You don't have to come out of pocket. This is what this Victor Conte said. And you see his tweets. I showed you his tweets notifying Errol Spence to start the drug testing, or the VADA, whatever it is, 365 drug testing style, right? So, you know, it is what it is. It's not what I say, it's what the clips are that I'm showing you say. So I'm gonna relax. Still don't know if I'm gonna order this fight, but I'm so glad I ain't ordered that fight. I am so glad. So let's get back to we're in the morning time now, so I am gonna drop this video. You know, that was last night. We're finishing up this video this morning. I'm gonna drop it, but I remember, go back, my subscribers, in this video, and he said that VADA didn't come around to 2015. I think you was wrong. No, most likely you are wrong, Manager Marty, because what came around, VADA didn't start at 2015. Okay, you're trying to say Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, they fought in the May 2015. Okay, VADA started. Well, you know what? Now, don't take my word. Let me show you when VADA started. All right, let me show you. Okay, when did VADA test start? 2011. The voluntary anti-doping agency VADA launched in late 2011 to offer and promote effective anti-dope programs to boxing. You hear that? Boxing and MMA. It didn't just say MMA, boxing. Okay. So as you can see, Manager Marty, Mayweather had a choice to pick USADA or VADA, and he decided to pick USADA. He didn't pick VADA, that uses a credible lab such as WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency. So, like I said, man, listen. I use these niggas as an example. I started to learn that there's examples to life. It's either you learn them or you bypass them. So, yeah, I get mad at these niggas. You know what I'm saying? I also watch my channels that I like OD Live, TV, Bruce Vane, 3 Illa, Mac Mob, Rebel Life, Nocturnal Thoughts with Big Knock. Man, there's so many channels out there. I hope I didn't miss any that I like. Red Cardinal. I listen to people that I like to listen to, right? But I also listen to the people I don't like, right? Because they play a important role in this, regardless if you like them or not. And the role is, I'm going to use these niggas as example.
I'm gonna use these niggas. And when you say come on my live, I really hate doing lives now, but Manager Marty, I've been watching you. I've been watching you a long time. I kept my mouth shut and I said, let me see how he plays his role, right? So you playing your role in a certain way, and like I say to all my people, I'm glad you exist because I'm gonna use your example. And I want my subscribers, the only homework I want y'all to do is share, like, and subscribe. Push it out there, bro. Because the propaganda is going to keep going on and on and on. and we got to have a level to this, man. It's got to be a yin and a yang. It's got to be a balance. And some of these channels, they have more subscribers. And like I said, people more attracted to of gossip and drama than the truth. We in bizarre world. So they're going to always lead the propaganda. Okay? So that's all I'm saying, man. I ain't got no... Yo, listen, man. I ain't got no issue, bro. I'm happy you exist. You know, I check out how you do your things, Manager Marty. I see how you talk. Sometimes when I first heard you, I was like, Dad, this nigga sound like a con artist pastor. You know, everybody have... I know people look at me and say, this nigga sound like so-and-so. This nigga can't pronounce his words. This nigga don't know what he's talking about. This nigga say knockouts instead of knockdowns. This nigga say this. Yeah. You know, because sometimes I be rushing shit out. And like I said in my last video, I'm 50 and I don't like talking so much. You know what I'm saying? I move to the beat of my own drum. I make videos when I feel like it. I don't repeat everything every time. When I hear a boxer or somebody say something, I just don't go make a video but repeat it. But facts. Yeah, facts. Okay, well, we're going to do facts over here. So, I did what you told, you asked True Media, Coach Malachi, come on my platform since you're trying to promote me, right? All that shit. I showed you in part 3. At the end of part 3, I showed you having a little beef with Coach Malachi, telling me what he should do. So, I listened. So, I came on your platform. Now, would you act different if you knew I was a content creator? Because you said I didn't know you was a content creator. That's what you said. And I laughed. I said, yeah, I am. Right? Because you didn't know. But maybe if you did know, would you have me on your channel? So I took that little opportunity to get in and get out. Now it's up to you to respond to everything I did here. You wanted your questions answered. I answered them. I answered them, son. So now it's up to you to respond or pretend like you don't see me. All right? Pretend like you don't see me. It's good. But I want the subscribers, and I want my subscribers to show other subscribers that been there and I've done that with you. It's up to you, brother, how you want to make this promotion run. All right, I'm out. It's not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. It's not what they're saying. It's what they're not saying. And regardless if you love the channel or hate the channel, do your research, okay? Just because you like how somebody's presenting a boxer and you like that boxer, you want to hear what you want to hear in your ear. Yeah, these brothers that I listen to that I enjoy listening to, but when I hear them, I listen, I say, you know what, that sounds, let me go and find out if that's true or not. Okay? Because I don't want to listen to a fucking channel all my life that's talking shit. And I just want to believe it because I don't like that boxer. Man, I'm out of here, yo. But last night was a good night. Listen to Coach Malachi through the whole thing. Yeah, that's it, man. And I'm glad I didn't buy the fight. It was a unanimous decision. I'm glad I didn't buy the fight. Now, I'm hearing that Charlo want to go back down to 154 and fight Crawford. He said that, right? And then I hear Crawford saying, taking pictures with Jamal and his wife. Yeah, my man is something else, yo. But they was cool. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see, I hear that Crawford wants to fight Canelo. Highly unlikely. I think Canelo's going to fight Benavidez because it's mandatory. He has a 3-fight deal for $100 million. He gets to pick and choose, but I feel like he got boxed in. He can't pick and choose his next 2 fights because Benavidez is his mandatory. So let's see how this work out, right? And hopefully, like I said in one of my videos, maybe Crawford would change his mind because he said he don't want to fight Charlo no more. He looked like he wasn't competitive with Canelo. But remember, I think Charlo has 3 belts now. back at 154. I think you should go do that. Be a 4-division unified champion, and you still have an option to fight Mendoza and the winner of Mendoza and Tim Tszyu, and maybe you could still be a 3-time champion at 154. Because you just said, my brother, you got about 3 fights in. You got about 3 fights in your career. True or false? Things change, shit get rearranged. All right, I'm out, man. Good luck to Crawford. Good luck to all the boxers. Be healthy, be strong, and I'm out. Manager Marty, I'm waiting for the response.
Seems to use USADA.
That's correct. That's because you know why? Let's be clear on something. Vada wasn't around when Floyd first started this whole thing. Vada wasn't around. They didn't come around until about 2000, I believe, in 15. But before that, it was USADA. They were the main, you know.
Well. Flippity flappity floop. It's yours. Ickity ackity. Uh-oh, squeak.